dignitaries in the dais, my dear children, parents, and teachers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and a very warm good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Are you happy? Are you happy? Okay, fine. So today, standing before you in this proud occasion, I feel really proud and happy. Do you know why? Because we are going to celebrate the success of LEAP examination toppers, right? You are the toppers. You are the toppers of LEAP talent test examination conducted by India Council of Education. LEAP examination is actually a flagship program, a flagship event organized by India Council every year. This year, more than 20,000, around 21,000 students actually, 21,000 students attended the exam. And the toppers who have gathered here, do you know the number? How many students have gathered here? 230. That is the number. That is approximately 1% from 21,000 students who attended the LEAP examination this year across Kerala from different schools. Only 1% of students are selected to be honored here. That means you are the dream of students of their council schools. We have all around 55,000 students in our school.
Good morning.
The council has 84 associated schools and we have around 55,000 students. So those children
ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് തിരക്കിലാണ്, പിന്നീട് വിളിക്കാം.
at the cracks of our student community. Okay?
Yes.
So the council is conducting this program actually every year, as I mentioned. The objective is to nurture the competitive skills among our children and to equip them to crack competitive examination in their life, to excel in academics. So this is a long process. We actually start the process in the beginning of the academic year. We have the LEAP board president here. We start the process in the beginning of every academic year. This year there was a lot of complexities, especially due to the postponed. We had to postpone the examination due to the Nipah outbreak in Calicut district. That created a lot of troubles actually. Anyway, we were able to manage, and we are now at the culmination point, at the tipping point of this LEAP examination. We had conducted a conclusion ceremony. We had conducted a fine-tuning ceremony for the toppers of class 5 and above, and it was a resounding success. Right? It was a great success. It was very well manifested from the feedback we received from the participants. We had circulated a Google form, and in that Google form, one child had commented that the fine-tuning session had been 1 week long, because it was so entertaining. Do you agree? Those who participated? Do you agree? Yes. So this ceremony is actually to honor the toppers. This is to motivate you, to ignite your thoughts, to ignite your spirits further, to inspire you. But as I have shared my thoughts in the concluding session, this is an external, extrinsic motivation. To achieve success in your life, you have to develop an intrinsic internal motivation. All those achievers, great achievers who have succeeded in life, got an internal intrinsic motivation. So my request to children and parents is to develop a sustaining motivation that will guide them to success in life. Now I'm coming to my duty. Today we have an array of distinguished speakers, distinguished guests to address and to make this ceremony more memorable. This program is presided over by the CEO of Integrated Education Council of India. The IECI is an organization that is catering almost 125,000 students across various streams. We have schools, madrasas, Havens colleges. We are catering to 1,25,000 students. IECA is led by its visionary CEO, Dr. Muhammad Badiuzzzaman. He was the former Vice Principal of MBA College of Engineering, Kuchipur. He had done his PhD from Aligarh Muslim University and MTech from National Institute of Technology, Calicut. Let me invite Dr. Muhammad Badiuzzzaman to this program. The keynote address will be delivered by Janab M.K. Muhammad Ali. He is the Assistant Amir of IIT Kerala and the Chairman of IECI. He is a person of action and wisdom. His contribution for the social upliftment as the leader of People Foundation will be, I personally believe it will be part of history. Let me take this opportunity to welcome Janab M.K. Muhammad Ali to this function. And we are really privileged to have a very distinguished academician and scholar to inaugurate this function, Dr. M.H. Ilyas. He is the professor and former dean of School of Gandhian Thoughts and Development Studies of Mahatma Gandhi University. Actually, my relationship with Dr. Ilyas started almost 10 years back when I was working in Delhi. He was the director of Indo-Arab Culture Center in Jamia Millia University. He had done his PhD from JANU and postdoctoral fellowship from Oxford University. I believe his presence is an inspiration for all his children gathered here. We are really privileged to have you, sir. Welcome to Kathmandu. Another, we have the guest of honor, Mr. Muhammad Ajmal. Many of the children will be familiar with his face. He is the founder and CEO of XNY Learning. XNY is partnering with their council for giving IIT Foundation coaching for our students. He is also an alumni of the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, and he is also working as associate design lead in Intel Corporation. So it is our privilege to have you, sir. Welcome to this gathering. Also, we have other distinguished personalities. Mr. Kotel Ibrahim, Chairman TSC Management Committee. Mr. Abdul Bashir, President, Legal Examination Board. Advocate Shagir Court, Secretary TSC. Ms. Shakila Rafi, Secretary, Legal Examination Board. Mr. Najib Khalid, Principal TIC School. And Mr. Sadiq Khalil. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome them all on behalf of all those who have gathered here. Last but not least, these VIPs are you children. Let me welcome each one of you who have taken the pain to travel from different parts of Kerala to attend this honoring ceremony. I welcome you all on behalf of Vidya Bangladesh Education PhD. So let me welcome the parents, teachers and all other staff also to this function. Let's hope this will be a memorable function in the life of these children. Thank you very much.
I am honored to welcome to the stage a luminary, a trailblazer, the driving force behind BCE, none other than the Dr. Muhammad Badiuzzzaman, CEO of IECI, for the presidential address.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. The most beloved and respected Chief Guest of today, Dr. M.H. Ilyas, Guest of Honor, and my dear friend, Mr. Muhammad Ajmal, Chairman of Integrated Education Council India IECI, and Assistant Amir Jamaat Islami Kerala, Janab M.K. Muhammad Ali Sahib, my colleague and Director Vidya Council for Education, Mr. Talha Hussain, other dignitaries who are present on the dais, my beloved parents, teachers, colleagues, and real guests of today, the winners of and the toppers of LEAP examination 2023. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In the very outset itself, I use this opportunity to congratulate the winners of LEAP examination of this year, because being one among the 200 plus people among the student community of 55,000 students of our schools is not that much small a thing. So from the deepest depth of my heart, I express my sincere congratulations to all the winners in the very beginning. We all know that Integrated Education Council India, IECI, is the agency which coordinates the educational activities of Jamaat-e-Islami Kerala. We are having a plethora of institutions ranging from preschools to higher educational institutions. We are having Heavens Preschool, around 100 Heavens Preschools in which 6,000 students are pursuing their studies in 3 classes. Also, we have 45,000 students in our 600 plus madrasas. Also, we have 54,000 students in our schools, 84 schools. Also, we have Islamic colleges and arts and science colleges. And taking this all together, we have 125,000 students pursuing their studies at various levels through these institutions. Dear friends, what we have to tell is, we are not running institutions, schools, colleges, and madrasas, not because of the dearth of educational institutions. We are not seeing school as a place where the imparting of literacy or numeracy skills are being given to our students. Rather than that, we have a very noble vision and missions thereupon in conducting these institutions. Integrated Education Council India, IECI, has a very noble vision statement, that is to make the world a better place by creating generations that honor the dignity of humankind. We took this vision statement from the Quranic idea that وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. All human beings are honored by God Almighty. We see that the root cause of all the problems that is being faced by today's world and every time's world, and the panacea to all the problems that is afflicted our world, is that we should teach the future generations to honor the dignity of humankind. So we are very particular that all stakeholders, whether it may be teachers, students, parents, and general public, they should get the due respect and honor. So we should train our students in their formative years itself to honor and the dignity of other people. So that's why we are having this kind of a vision statement. So with this in mind, what we are doing at IECI, Integrated Education Council India, is we are mapping all our activities to this vision statement, because we want to create future leaders, the real leaders who are there to lead the community, the society, and the world itself. That's why we are having this kind of flagship programs. LEAP examination is one of these programs, and the other one is IGNOU, and we are having Inspiro Quran Fest, because we want to train our students or mold our students as per a particular worldview. The worldview is emanating the fact that the entire universe is a creation of one God Almighty, and all human beings are the creations and are the children of one single parent, one mother and one father. So our students should be trained to see all of the mankind as brothers and sisters. So only then we can solve the problems that is being faced by the world. The particular aim behind conducting LEAP examination is that we want to create real leaders for India. We know that India is a very big country. One of the peculiarities of this country is that we are having a very good population, 140 plus crore people we are having, out of which we are about 30% which are below 29 years. So we are having a very strong young population. So the training being imparted to these people during their school period is very, very important. The unfortunate fact is that in the name of education, what is being imparted in our normal schools, especially in the government sector, is a mere farce. Because some eyewash is being taken place, and the people at the helm of affairs, the authorities, they are trying to create an impression that every student is passing in the examination. Students should not know what failure is. So, unwantedly, the students are being given some impetus to think that we are very good in their literacy or numeracy skills. And because of that, in our examination, what is happening is that the 98%, sometimes 99% of students are passing the examination. But when they are confronting with the real situations, the real competitive examinations that have been taking place at national level or international level, the students coming out of our school system, they are performing poorly. That is what is happening. In the very beginning, I told you that being one among the 200 plus people in a class or in a group of 54,000 students is not that much small thing. Why? Because the aim of an average Kerala parent is that he or she wants to make his child prepared for qualifying or crack the competitive examinations, which is very tough. I don't know whether you know or not. In the year 2023, the number of students attempted for the NEET examination was 20 lakhs, out of which only 50,000 students are qualifying, including the self-financing colleges, self-financing medical colleges. When coming to the engineering side or IIT side, in the case of JEE examination, JEE mains last year, around 16 lakh students have attended JEE mains, out of which only 60 to 70,000 students will be qualified or entered in the IIT stream, Indian Institute of Technology stream. We know that the people who are driving the society, who are controlling the society, they are all coming from these kind of elite institutions. But when we are looking into the performance of Kerala students, and especially students coming from the state board stream, the performance of our students are very much below the required standards. So we want to train our students in the beginning itself. Earlier there was an examination called the National Talent Search Examination, NTSE, but because of the reasons unknown, 2 years back the central government has abandoned that system, abolished that system of NTSE. So presently we don't have any benchmark examination to know where our students are standing. And also the government has funded with the KVPY system. So we want to train our students through these kind of examination. As the parents of the toppers, you may be aware of the content and syllabus of this examination and how much useful it is for training our students for the future competitive examinations. And also we are having the IGMA examination, which is based on the moral studies content that we are imparting. The parents who used to train their children for these kind of examinations that is being conducted by Vidya Council or Kerala Madrasa Education Board may be well aware that how useful, even if your student or your children, your ward is not qualifying this examination, the preparation itself is an asset for your child. So my earnest request for my dear parents is that please try to train your children for this kind of examination. Normally there is a tendency is being seen among our students that they are sending their children to this kind of Vidya Council schools till class 7, and after that they are thinking that it is better to send them to some state board schools or some other government or so-called aided schools. Then their wards may be getting enough grades in their 10th examination. My beloved request is that you should not embark on that kind of a risk, because in class 8, 9, 10 or class 7, we all know that as parents or as teachers, we know that our children become in the impact or in the company of their or in the influence of their peer groups after class 7. So at this risky age, we should not send our children to these kind of schools where their culture will be very much problematic. Because the government agencies themselves are now trying to create some sort of alien culture, which was very much contrary to the values that we were sticking to in earlier days. And also, if our aim is only the grades in class 10, okay, it is good, but we want to make our children crack the competitive examinations in which they will have to compete with the students in a pan-Indian manner. For that kind of a thing, the training given in our schools are of very much important. And also the preservation of culture is another important factor or another important driving factor of running these kind of schools. In that sense also, because we are having public examination in class 7, in class 9 for based on our moral studies content. Because the future generation should be molded with a particular value by which they should be able to respect each and every other being, and they should have a civic sense, and they should have a feeling of responsibility. So I congratulate all the parents for selecting these Vidya Council schools for the school education of their children. And we know that with their utmost support, only the children who are sitting at the forefront become the champions and the true toppers. And we want to make them toppers not only in this kind of competitive examinations, but in life itself. For that, of course, Vidya Council School System and Integrated Education Council India will always be there with you, and we want your wholehearted cooperation and support by sending your children to our schools. And I conclude my speech by thanking God Almighty. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach the zenith of our event, it's time to celebrate the culmination of talent, dedication, and hard work. The prize distribution ceremony is not just a moment of recognition, but a celebration of excellence. I'm delighted to inform you that we are now about to commence the much-anticipated prize distribution ceremony, where we honor those whose contributions have shown brightest in the celebration in the LEAP Talent Search exam. Before we proceed, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to all participants for their remarkable efforts. Your commitment has made this event truly exceptional. To bestow these accolades upon our deserving winners, we are honored to have a distinguished personality among us, someone whose presence adds an extra layer of prestige to this ceremony. Please join me in inviting our esteemed MS Ilyas to come forward and assist in the prestigious task of distributing these well-earned honors. The award includes memento, certificate, and cash prize. Please join me in inviting our esteemed MS Ilyas to distribute the prizes.
The awardees should take your seats after receiving the award.
Let's begin by honoring our grade 1 toppers.
I invite MH Ilyas to distribute the prizes to the toppers of grade 1.
Aisha bin Irfan, Alexa Pierce, Katikod. Mohammed Danish, Echen, Alfala ES, Veliakob.
ആ കുട്ടി വന്നില്ല കോഡ് ഇവിടെ വന്നിട്ട് കൺഫേം ആക്കിയല്ലേ എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചിട്ട്
Mohammed Danish, Grade 1, Alfala ES, Veliakob. Nahan Ayman, Grade 1, Al-Harmain ES, Pudiyakali. Mohammed Yazan Puji, Class 1, Ansar ES, Karolaba. Fatima Nada, Grade 1, Ansar ES, Peribula.
Please encourage them with your clap.
Fatima Zahra, NS, Grade 1, Ansar ES, Peribula. Savera bin Sakir, Grade 1, Ansar ES, Peribula. Aidin Ayman, Grade 1, Ansar School, Padinyalanadi. Patience Maria, Grade 1, Ideal PS, Kuttiyeli. Anha Fatima PC, Grade 1, IOHS, Karimanaru. Aisha Rahimani, Grade 1, IOHS, Karimanaru. Fatima Azmi, VT, Grade 1, IOHS, Karimanaru. Fatima Hamda, Grade 1, IOHS, Karimanaru. Fatima Ria, Grade 1, IOHS, Karimanaru. Hadi Anwin DP, Grade 1, IOHS, Karimanaru. Aiza A, Grade 1, Elshad. Aiza A, Grade 1, Elshad ES, Melatur. Adam Shahid Abubakar, Grade 1, Markaz Al-Ulum ES, Kototi. Shazin K, Grade 1, Markaz Al-Ulum ES, Kototi. Arish Ayman, Arish Ahya, Grade 1, Mount Flower ES, Uliyedi. Shayan Ibrahim, Grade 1, Mount Sina PS, Padrepalli. Haidam Abdullah, Grade 1, Malabar CS, Valliyaparappa. Hissa Fatima Faisal, Grade 1, Mubarak ES, Manjeri. Grade 1 Progressive Years by a Guardian. Adam Sajid, Grade 1 TIC Secondary School, Tirur. Siara Kaloli, Grade 1 Vidyanagar PS, Pattarkadu. Please encourage with the class. Iron Renault, Grade 1, Badarahma ES, Kodiyattur. Jaza Mariam TV, Grade 1, Badarahma ES, Kodiyattur. Give them a big hand. Thank you, Ilyasa, and congratulations to all the toppers. Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set for a moment of inspiration and guidance. I invite Dr. M.H. Ilyas to share thoughts and officially inaugurate the gathering. Sir, your presence here elevates the significance of this moment. May I kindly request you to come forward and grace us with your inaugural address?
I'm really honored to be here. And my thanks goes to Talha, who's a student of mine, not a student. We have associated in many programs conducted in Delhi while I was the director of Indoor Agriculture Center some 10 years ago. I fondly remember the kind of associations we had with him, especially in the organization of certain interesting workshops and conferences on Islamic banking. I have many reasons to be happy to be here. And one of the reasons are many reasons, personal, political, emotional reasons. One of the reasons is that my son is a student of one of the institutions that Vidya Council runs. And I could personally see and experience the kind of change happened to him for the last almost 1.5 years. Some it must be when normally do not go for programs being conducted by the schools, especially the honored schools. But my attitude has been changed just because of my son's experience with Wadi Rahma School. I have no uncertain terms to say that he has improved a lot. In terms of his education, in terms of his attitude, in terms of his behavior, in terms of his interaction with the society. So I've learned a lot of lessons from the schools which have been, running by the Vidya Council. And there is another coincidence. When I was about to start, I got a I received a clue from West Bengal. They were actually making a documentary on partition, how partition has affected the life of people, not just in 1947. I mean, still, how Muslims across the nation, across the continent rather, perceive partition, partition between India and Pakistan. And one of the questions related to that was how could Indian Kerala Muslims survive? How could Kerala Muslims overcome the issue of partition? My immediate answer was partition was not a big issue in this part of India. Most of us were not very aware of what was the social consequences of partition. And I gave them many answers, but I was not satisfied with the answer which I gave to them. And they probed into the question again and again. Finally, I gave them the right answer, which I believe the most suitable answer is that the kind of participation of people in education, the Muslims. I mean, I would add one more thing to that. Everyone knows that Kerala has created a model. Kerala Muslims have created their own Kerala Muslim model of education. That is kind of an anecdotal thing. Everyone knows about it. But my addition is that for the last 2 decades, participation of women in Muslim community has increased a lot, which is the only reason for why we have such an remarkable experience of growth in academics and education in Kerala. Just because of the women, that too, educated women. Every household has at least one woman, undergraduate, postgraduate, sometimes even doctoral degrees. So it's a commonplace. Wherever you go in Malabar, you would see at least one doctor in a family, lady doctor in a family, one women engineer in a family, one postgraduate in a family. Sometimes even when I visited as a part of PM Foundation, kind of inspection being conducted for selecting the best school in Kerala. I personally could see that when I was invited to visit the families of people who are associated with the schools, I could see at least one girl completing engaged in education, higher education in Central University. And I personally could meet people, when I visited the residence of a person who is associated with Sulamasalam Oriental School in Areekode. 6 girls from the same family pursuing their education, one of the premier institutions in India. And you won't believe, myself and the brother of Badiu Saman, Hassanul Banna, we interviewed some people some students who got admission in AIMS, which is supposed to be the best institution of national standing, even international standing in the field of medical education. Out of 27 students from all over India, 9 were from Kerala. That too from 2 districts in Kerala, Malappuram and Calicut. He came for a kind of academic collaboration with us, and we were on a casual kind of visit. He's basically from United States of America, and he was very surprised to see that he shared his surprise and concern over the increasing presence of Mappula Muslims in Massachusetts Institute of Technology, supposed to be the best institutions in the world. Bill Gates, Noam Chomsky, all were the alumni of that, but that prestigious institute. And he was asking me why did it happen. He was surprised to see a new organization of Mappala Muslims of Kerala in Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, called Mass Mappas, which means they have a rounded presence of Muslims of Kerala from Malabar. He was surprised to see that. He shared kind of his question was a bit tricky. Why have you, I mean, he actually put in a different way, but if my memory is correct, it's rough translation which was, എന്താണ് ഇത്ര അധികം ആൾക്കാർ സ്ഥലത്ത് വായ് എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഇത്രയും ആളുകൾ മലബാറിൽ നിന്ന് അമേരിക്കയിലെ പ്രത്യേക സ്ഥലത്ത് എത്തിപ്പെടുന്നു. People have cooked up lot of stories over it. You have several plethora of stories being by the newspapers. Someone would say that it's academic jihad, someone would say that it's intellectual jihad. People name it in different ways, but there is a reality. We are witnessing a big revolution in the field, especially in the field of higher education. We call it, in academics, we call it Asianization of academics. If you go to Oxford, if you go to Cambridge, if you go to Harvard, you will see at least one person from, in every department you will get one person from South Asia, either from Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, or from India, or from Pakistan. Most of them are having educated in a very remote village, started from a very humble background, started from mostly from a government school or a local school, aided school or unaided school run by a local village mahal committee or a local group. This is you can't even imagine the kind of situation. See a meeting, a person in Oxford some 30 years ago from Bangladesh, but you would now see at least it's a rough estimate, at least 10 people would be there from Malabar in Oxford, which is one of the prestigious institutes all over the world. So that what shows is that so it's no longer a preserve, as Badiou Saman rightly said. Higher education, that too in prestigious institutions, is no longer a preserve of elites. And if you look at the profile of people who have moved from Kerala on scholarship to different parts of the world, most of them are either the sons of mullahs, Maulavis, or the local teachers, teachers who serve in the LP schools or UP schools. Not from the elite family, very few, minuscule few from the elite families. Previously unbelievable, previously unheard of. We had several revolutions in education happened in 40s, 50s. But in that situation, previous situations, we witnessed the massive outflow of students of elite families, from highly rich families, normally well-off families, influential families, going to Aligarh for higher education or going to universities outside India for higher education. But now you see, going to Aligarh, going to JNU, or going to universities outside India is no longer a preserve of elites. It has been decentralized, democratized. Now every person in a small village, every one who wants to educate outside Kerala or wants to educate outside India has an opportunity to do that, because of the kind of change happened inside Kerala, because of the kind of intervention of educational groups, educational agencies, especially in the community. Now everyone is aware of you take CG. CG has recruited every year they continue recruiting thousands of students to universities outside Kerala. Rough estimates would say that every year in Delhi, Aligarh, Jamia, Ambedkar University, putting together 10,000 students migrating from Kerala to these universities. That's a big number, which is, again, I would say unimaginable some 20 years ago. And I was actually one of the pioneers of that flow, that massive. Now we started calling it massive brain. It's not actually brain. When there is a saying in English, brain drain is better than brain drain. The reality is that when the brains are in drain, people, of course, would show a tendency to migrate outside. So that is what is happening in Kerala. I won't say that Kerala situation is very dark, but I would say that we lack a kind of orientation. We are not competent enough, we are not qualified enough to see the pulse, to experience, to understand the pulse, what is happening around us. But students, they are very clever, they are very much oriented towards even the minutest nuanced developments which is happening outside India and outside Kerala and outside India at large. So we are, we have a bright future in front. Now, politically, we are facing a lot of issues. Everyone knows that. I don't need to explain it. There is a kind of humiliation. Everyone feels the humiliation. Everyone in the community because of the kind of change in politics facing humiliation. But what we do is we create a kind of political subjectivity. We are making that humiliation an opportunity. People are capitalizing on that. People are making use of humiliation. People are trying to get out of the box, to get right of the crisis. So this is an opportunity for all of us. My request is not to the kids, not to the fathers, but to the mothers. Mothers are really, playing a big role in determining the future or shaping the future of kids in every family. I have seen in my family itself, we have a lot of educated, highly educated women, mothers, very less educated fathers who do not know what is happening in, unfortunately, in education. So this decision comes from the mothers. They are taking, unlikely what happened in the 1980s, we witnessed a kind of situation where, especially in Gulf migrant pockets, women come out of their houses. They go to band, they go to the schools, but that law was totally ignorant of or totally unaware of what was happening around. But now the women in family, they are completely aware. They are the decision makers in the family. They know which school is better in the locality, which school performs, what is the kind of curriculum they teach. What is the kind of method they employ in imparting knowledge? They know very well. They can compare two schools. If you ask the men in your family, they would say that who takes care of all these things. They would say that my wife does it, my sister does it, my mother does it. No one would say that I'm doing this. So this is a very remarkable kind of change. Revolution, which triggers a lot of other things to happen. So my request again is to the women. We are actually, it's not just a kind of request, but I want to inspire them. You are the, kingmakers. You are the people who are sometimes behind the scene, sometimes in front of the scene. So there is a kind of sociological change happens because of the assertion of women in families, which is a very positive kind of thing. And having said this, I want to appreciate the kids, who are the winners in LEAP examination, and this would be a beginning. And you have lot of roads to travel, you have long miles to go, but this would be a beginning, a very good beginning. I pray, I wish that this would be a great beginning, and you have a lot of success in the future. And I wish all of you good success in the future. And my concern is about those who have not won this examination. They also are not bad, they are very good, but this is just for few people, you know the limitations what we have. Everyone cannot be given an award, everyone cannot be given a fellowship, everyone cannot be given a scholarship. So this is for very few people, but this would be an inspiration for many others who have not won the competitive examinations this year. And I wish future, and I congratulate this organization for having such a great idea in their mind, and they have successfully implemented it, not just keeping in mind, but they have successfully implemented it, and this would be a motivation for many other organizations. I've seen, interacted with so many organizations in Kerala, especially in the field of education. Most of them have no direction. They don't know what to do to create a better future for our kids. They are just, every has at least two organizations engaged in educational activities. But no one is making a stride, no one is making remarkable achievement in the field of education. Now the situation is, and of course there are positive pictures also, very rosy pictures also. We have started seeing many local organizations doing well in the field of education by running schools, by running funding organizations, by running consultancies. So it, inshallah, would create a very conducive environment for Muslims to thrive, to Muslims to excel in the education. I hope for the best. Inshallah, things will be happening very soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so for your eloquent words. Now we move on to honor the toppers from grade 10. And now I invite MK Muhammad Ali, Assistant Amir, GIH Kerala and Chairman, IECI, our esteemed guests, to join us in honoring and applauding the accomplishment of our participants. Your warmth and encouragement will undoubtedly make this moment even more memorable. Welcome, sir.
Mahapini Iqbal, Al-Falah HS Peringadi. Muhammad Zayan Najib, Al-Falah HS Peringadi. Zobia Mariam, Al-Furqan HS, Al-Falah HS Peringadi. Haisar P. and Furkan HHS Shandivayan. Ayan Fahri TS and Pranay TS Pudiyangadi. Please engage them with your class. Ayan Muhammad and Arabic TS Pudiyangadi. Aisha and Arabic TS Pudiyangadi. Izan Sheikh Abdullah and Arabic TS Pudiyangadi. Manha Amansi and Arabic TS Pudiyangadi. Please encourage them with your class. Said Riyaz Kirti and Islam TS Chegamangalur. Aisha Mehwish TS, Ansar ES Perimila. Muhammad Aman, Ansar School Padinarangadi. Insha KV, Golden Center School Kottakkal. Amin Abdul Wadu, Grace Public School Bondo. Ayman Abbas, Hilda Public School Putnakal. Please give them a big round of applause. Fatima Mahba Ashkar, Ideal English School Sultan Bateri. Sida CA, Ideal English School Sultan Bateri. Please encourage them. Manan EP, IOHS Karimbanan. Misna OP, IOHS Karimbanan. Nashwa PV, Christian English School Manatu. Rifta Shabiria, Mount Everest, Puli. Faiz bin Fahad, National Huda Central School, Orumanyu. Misbah Mariam Afsan, National Huda Central School, Orumanyu. Naba Aisha, National Huda Central School, Orumanyu. Please encourage them with your class. Manavika K, Pleasant English School, Omashiri. Dua Mariam, Progressive English School, Payanmadi. Nazar Nabi, Progressive English School, Payanmadi. Raji Jannati, Vidyanagar PS, Patak, Kadavar. Raji Jannati, Vidyanagar PS, Patak, Kadavar. Raihan Rashid, Vidyanagar PS, Patak, Kadavar. Ifan Muhammadian, Wadi Rahma ES, Kodiyatur. Congratulations to all the toppers. Thank you, Muhammad Ali sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set and the moment is now. Join me in inviting MK Muhammad Ali sir for the keynote address. Sir, your presence here is an honor, and we are eager to absorb the wisdom your part impart. May I invite you to the stage to enlighten us with your keynote address.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم